Welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for joining me here today for a new pick a card reading. For anybody that's new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Melissa, and today's video topic is going to be focusing in on your February general reading. So what we'll be doing in today's reading is just predicting out any specific themes, events, energies of significance that you all will be moving through as you navigate through the month of February. I'm going to be doing this reading a little differently than I've done in the past. So we'll start off the reading by getting an overall theme or energy that you guys are moving through this month. We're going to look in at any specific blessings or opportunities being presented to you, any specific challenges or obstacles being presented to you, and then guidance or advice. We're going to be working with tarot and oracle. We'll also get some self-care messages, and stay till the end because I'm also going to be playing with this little tea leaf oracle, where what I love about this is that it's going to give us like some specific insight into like what categories are the most important to your month ahead. Okay. So this will kind of help to pinpoint it more specifically for some of you all. Keep in mind, as I always say, these predictive style readings are general in nature. So some messages may resonate with you while others may not. Be sure to take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. If you do want to book a more personalized reading, all the details on how you can do that will be linked in the description box down below. Also, keep in mind that any predictive reading like this is just giving you a snapshot of the current energy, what's headed your way based off your current energy. So if you guys do see something predicted out for you this month in February and you don't feel good about it, you don't like it, all you have to do is switch up your energy, switch up your actions, change the way you might react to something, and you're able to create a totally different outcome for yourself, okay? So always keep that in mind. Never feel like you're stuck with anything that a reading says because energy is always shifting and changing. So let's go ahead and get into our card selection for today's reading. We're working with 3 piles. Starting here on the left, we have pile 1 with some blue apatite, pile 2 with some selenite, and then pile 3 with some prehnite. So let's take a deep breath. Think about your month ahead, the month of February. Go ahead and select the crystal or the card you're feeling the most intuitively connected to, really selecting with your intuition versus your eyesight. And once you've made your choice, scroll to the description box down below where you'll find the timestamp that will take you to your selected pile. See you there. Hey there, group 1. If you guys picked out this beautiful blue apatite tower, this will be your reading for the month of February. So let's first start by looking at the overall energies. All right, so we have the overall energy of mental conflict. This is the 2 of Swords. So you guys may have like a big choice or decision that needs to be made this month. Maybe you're kind of stuck between 2 different paths, 2 different options here. And there's a lot of like thinking about this a lot. So let's look at the details here. So the first card is going to represent any opportunities or blessings with regard to this. And we have the 10 of challenges. So I know that doesn't look like a blessing, but we'll get into that. Next card we have is any opportunities or challenges or what am I trying to say? Obstacles or challenges. So we have the 8 of Spells, which is the 8 of Wands, and then your advice being the Seeker of Challenges, which is the Knight of Swords. Okay, so we have a lot of Swords energy coming through for your February, you guys. So the Swords, you got 2 of Swords, 10 of Swords, Knight of Swords. Swords cards really speak to mental energy, the way we think about things. They also speak to the way that we communicate as well. So there certainly is some sort of big choice or decision that you guys are needing to make this month. And I almost feel, because we have our Knight of Swords being here as the advice card, there might be something that you guys actually need to communicate about this month, or there might be something that you need to actually take action toward, like very quickly or drastically here. And I think with that 8 of Spells that this might be a bit confusing for some of you. So let's get some clarifiers here with the Lenormand deck, and then we'll kind of get into the more specific details of what these energies mean. So for group 1, let's go ahead and clarify the 10 of Challenges being the blessing or opportunity. I almost feel like you guys are going to be in a space of like being forced to sit down and think about this. Let's see. Clarifying the 10 of challenges as the blessing here for pile 1. The tornado. Yep, exactly. Clarifying the 8 of spells as the challenge. The sun. And clarifying the Knight of Wands or the Knight of Swords as advice. Okay. I just want one. Sorry, guys. If it's meant to come back out, it will. Woman. Okay, interesting. Yeah. So the blessing or area of opportunity coming in for you, 10 of challenges and the tornado. So the tornado really speaks to like a big change coming in. It might be something that feels a little bit catastrophic for you guys. And I know that you're probably like, what? How is that a blessing? I feel though that like sometimes we're forced to hit like a rock bottom before we can move forward. Now with the 10 of challenges, the 10 of swords, this is more about like that mental rock bottom, because remember your overall energy is about mental conflict. It's about being in your head and needing to make a choice or a decision. It's also funny, side note, that you guys picked a blue stone, because I really feel like communication is like your way out of this situation. And blue is associated with the throat chakra, which has to do with the way that we communicate. But yeah, so it's almost like the universe is throwing you this like, or maybe it's not really a surprise to some of you, but like if you've been really in your head about something, then at some point it does come to a place of like, okay, we have hit rock bottom. We've overexhausted this. I've been overthinking this forever. And now I'm just like mentally tapped out. And so I think that whatever is happening for you guys this month with regard to your decision you have to make or whatever situation you're in, there's going to be this period of rock bottom that comes in where the universe is like, no, you need to sit down and you need to rest and think about this more clearly. And the beauty of the 10 of swords is that you can only go up from the 10 of swords. Like the 10 of swords is when you've literally hit the pit of it, the rock bottom of it. And you can't go any further down the rabbit hole, if that makes sense. And I feel intuitively, you guys have some horses here. So when I think of horses, I think of freedom. I think of like independence. I think of companionship, and I think of empathy as well. So it's like, I think that you have people around you that are here to support as you move through this energy. But I also think that you have the path out. Like horses for me are about freedom. So it's like you have the answers. You have the path out of this if you're able to make a decision. So looking here at the 8 of Wands with the Sun card coming in. So the 8 of Wands being the challenge is really interesting because this is all about the way that you communicate, and it's all about forward movement, taking action towards something. The Sun talks about like saying yes to something. It talks about happiness. It talks about kind of like the dawn of a new day. So it's interesting that the 8 of Wands and the Sun is coming up in the challenge position. It's like, again, it's like you guys are in this conflict in your head and there is this opportunity out of it. But maybe you guys are having a little bit of a hard time saying yes to it because maybe you're just feeling a bit indecisive. And as I was recording this, 555 showed up. So this is definitely going to be like a challenge for you guys, this mental energy you're moving through. Yeah, so it's like you have this opportunity for forward movement. You have this opportunity to say yes. You have an opportunity to start anew. But I think it's going to depend on how you move through this energy. You have to be willing to receive the new opportunity and not overthink it so much, okay? Guidance and advice, we have the Knight of Swords with the woman coming in here. So this could be like a female influence in your life. Maybe this is signifying someone specific you need to have a conversation with. Could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That's a sign that I'm getting from this with the swords. But it's either a person or this is just you guys, the viewer. Knight of Swords is saying it's time to act. It's time to take action. It's time to communicate about something. I'm noticing the armor that's here as well. So maybe you guys are feeling as though you may have to protect yourselves. We have a shield here. And maybe you do. Like, you guys know your situation better than me, but maybe there's a need here to go into a conversation to confront it head on, but to also have some protection around you. So whether that's like spiritual protection or something else for you, that's kind of how I feel. It's more like a spiritual protection in a sense, especially with them wearing all black, because black is the color of protection here. So you are being guided to go and have this conversation, step into your power here, confront the situation head on, because that's the way that you're going to be able to get out of it versus just sitting here in sorrow about it or sitting here in conflict about it. Let's keep going. So from these goddess cards, we have Eos, light. Okay. I love these cards. And then we have, I don't know how to pronounce it, but we have self-care. The self-care really makes sense for me because, like, it definitely feels like you guys need sort of to bring in some peace or call in some peace into your life, especially with this mental conflict. A lot of times, like, the mental stuff can be the worst because, like, when you're in your head, it's like, it can be very draining. And that's kind of what I'm seeing coming in here with the 10 of challenges. But the reason I think that this card is coming in as the blessing, you guys, is because, like, it's providing you a moment to learn from the experience. Like, you're closing something out. There's like completion here with this 10. And it's so funny because this card with light is talking about, like, there's a way out of the situation. But you have to follow your intuition is what it's saying. So, like, instead of being in your head, it's like, let's relax for a second. We see here that there is a new beginning. There is light. Like, there is a challenge here around accepting the way out of the situation, whatever it is. But you guys have to follow your intuition because that's the light that's showing you the way. So there's definitely a way out of this, you guys, for sure. Let's get another one here. So we have the Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. Here we go. So yes, I think that taking action is going to be really important with that Knight of Swords. Laying a solid foundation. So this is kind of about, like, putting tangible effort and work into what it is that you're trying to resolve here. When we're sitting here, like, in an indecision, like, mindset, a lot of times because we're overthinking things so much, we don't take any action. And so then we're just sitting in this energy, feeling worse and worse, ruminating over it, or avoiding something. And the situation just never gets better because we're just sitting here in this like stalemate energy, if you will. So I feel like Spirit is saying, like, along with taking action here, think of how you can lay down a solid foundation. So this could be something like, okay, if you're feeling stuck, maybe I need to make a to-do list, and maybe I need to create a to-do list that, you know, is something week after week that's helping me slowly build out of the situation. It's just kind of about, like, getting into, like, the place of, like, the first steps of building something new for yourself, if that makes sense. Let's take a look at your self-care energy. So we have connect with your womb. So for some of you guys, this can be talking about just connecting in with your feminine energy. Again, with, like, relaxing, honing into your intuition. I feel like those are very feminine, like, energy related traits. Connecting with your womb, though, too, is also talking about creative solutions, which makes sense with the solid foundation, the intuition. You guys have, like, a creative way out of this with the 8 of Wands, because Wands are all about creativity. And so I think that there's a need here to try something a little bit new and different, to move out of this conflict energy. You know, the womb is, like, all about where creation happens. It's like the womb is where you give birth to a person, a new idea. So I feel that this is more so what this is talking about. And it's interesting because you have the number 6 here, and then you have this reducing down to a number 6, 1 + 5. So it's like harmony is coming to you guys through those creative solutions. Harmony is coming to the situation through following in your intuition. Harmony is coming through actually taking smart actions here versus sitting and ruminating over it. All right. So this is an interesting energy, you guys. Let's pull from this little tea leaf oracle, and I'm going to pull two of these cards. We're just going to kind of see like what areas are the most significant for you with regard to this energy for group one. So let's grab this one. So we have career. So this could definitely be something referring to your career for some of you. Let's get one more. We also have love. So career and love. So this could be like romantic love. This could be like having to do with family, friends, relationships of any kind, or just self-love for some of you. All right, pile one. That was interesting. So we're going to go ahead and close out the reading here, but drop me a comment down below. Let me know how it resonated. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to view today's reading. If you did enjoy, please subscribe, and I'll see you in a new reading very soon. Bye. Hey there, pile two. If you guys picked out this little selenite wand with the moon phases on it, this is going to be your February reading. So let's go ahead and first start with our overall energy for you this month. And for you, pile two, we have the base chakra. So this is the root chakra coming in. So building a solid foundation for something. This has to do with safety, security. The blessings or opportunity coming in for you, we have the 10 of visions, which is the 10 of cups. Any challenges or obstacles coming in, we have the 10 of spells, the 10 of wands, okay? And then advice for you is represented here by the strength card. Okay, let me grab some of these Lenormand cards for clarifiers here, and then we'll get into this interpretation. But this looks beautiful. Definitely, so you got the number 10 here twice, so I definitely feel that there is some sort of cycle that you guys might be closing out, some sort of ending, or just like energy of completion for you guys. So let's start with the 10 of visions, which is the 10 of cups. So this is the blessing or opportunity being presented here. So what is this 10 of visions about for group two? Okay, this one wants to come out, I feel like. So we have the owl. What is this 10 of spells as the challenge or obstacle for group two? We have a man. And then what is the strength card as advice for group two? The mountain. Okay, interesting. So yeah, there's definitely like this emphasis for you all on the root chakra this month. So like I was mentioning, root chakra has to do with our foundation in life, or our foundation with regard to something specific in our life. So this is really speaking to like feeling stable, secure, feeling safe and protected no matter like where you are, feeling like at home anywhere you are. For some of you, this could be literally physically talking about your home or your space that you live in. This could be talking about your foundation at work. This could also be talking about your foundation and feelings of safety and security in a relationship of significance for you. So I love that your blessing or opportunity being presented for you this month is the 10 of cups, and we also have it with the owl. So I almost feel like when I think of owls, I think of wisdom, but owls are birds, so it can also speak to communication. The 10 of cups is all about family. You see how we have like this little like unicorn family and a little baby? So for some of you, this blessing or opportunity has to do with like maybe having a child or, you know, building a family with someone. But it almost feels like the emphasis here is on like those familial relationships or romantic relationships. There's definitely an opportunity here with regard to either like building closer emotional bonds with family, more communication with family, using your wisdom or accepting wisdom from family members here with the owl with regard to, you know, this thing that you're building safety around. There could also be an opportunity for some of you guys to maybe connect with someone on a much deeper level. So this could be like a family member, sister, brother, mom, dad, something like that, or a romantic love interest in a sense. Maybe there's someone you guys have been talking to and this connection is deepening or moving to a higher level of commitment this month. And that's what's showing here as a blessing. The challenge here, though, we have the 10 of spells, which is the 10 of wands. You guys might have a lot of people providing like opinions around your situation because we have a lot of people here in this card. But the 10 of wands also talks about like burdens. It talks about a lot of hard work. So there could be something around this security energy you're building that feels like really heavy, or you feel like you have a weight on your shoulders. But I think like the advice message in this card is to ask for support if you need it. So if you guys are going at something alone, I think the challenge here is being able to accept help from the right people. Okay, maybe you guys have a lot of people around you and they all have different opinions. But I feel like there's certain type of support. There is a certain type of support that would be more helpful to you as you're moving through the energy, especially if you're feeling overworked or exhausted with something. We also have the man here. So this could be talking about accepting help from someone specific in your life, a man, a masculine of significance, or just a person of significance. But this also can just be talking about your energy as the viewer, as just a solo viewer here. But yeah, I think that for a lot of you, this has to do with like the influence of others around like this safety, security energy that you're building, this foundation that you could be building here. Okay. So your advice is showing here with the Strength card and the Mountain. So the Mountain is talking about like challenges as well. So there's definitely like this affirmation that there is something a little bit difficult about what you guys are doing this month around like what you're building or what you're moving through here with the root chakra. There's definitely challenges here. There could be delays. Maybe things feel a little cloudy or confusing. You're not 100% sure how it's going to work out. The Strength card is talking about being courageous and continuing to strive forward despite the challenges. This is talking about like reassurance that you have the stamina and the strength and the willpower to accomplish whatever goal that you need to accomplish here. So for some of you, this Strength card is about pushing forward. For others of you, the Strength card could be talking about practicing restraint here, maybe taming a wild side of yourself, taming a wild side of a person or like a family member, someone of significance here. A lot of times with strength, like we don't think about strength as being like more withdrawn or being more restrained, because if you are like in a situation this month where the energy feels really difficult, you've got like annoying people around you trying to like insert their opinions, right? It might feel natural to just like kind of like snap at them or to like express your frustration. But it could actually be really powerful for you to practice that restraint of like taming that side of yourself and just withholding that energy, because ultimately it's going to create more challenges for you if you did explode or clap back or whatever it is. So this is interesting energy. Let's continue with a few more oracles. So for group 2, we have reinvention. Yes, that makes a lot of sense with the root chakra. It's like you guys are doing something differently this month, trying something new, recreating something, reinventing something about yourself. And this very much has to do with like some sort of foundation in your life. We also have ocean, forgiveness. Yeah, this makes sense. I'm definitely feeling for a lot of you guys that there's like people around you that are maybe getting on your nerves or like really trying your patience here. Let's see. I want to like look at the guidebook. This is a new deck that I got. So for reinvention, we have the Moon Goddess of Creativity is overseeing your reinvention right now, even if you don't see it. If you're feeling called to make a transition, then you have her blessing. It's a fortuitous time to make change. I'm not pronouncing the name, you guys, because I don't want to like pronounce it incorrectly, and I feel disrespectful if I do that. So yeah, so there's like energy of creative new beginnings here for you with this card. We also have ocean. If you've been hurt, and ocean is here to help soothe and nurture your heart so you can forgive. Forgiveness is the gift we give ourselves. So let the loving goddess of ocean guide you through the pain. Love for yourself will free you from agony. And this could be where this blessing of like the owl, the wisdom is coming in. Maybe you guys are getting this opportunity to have a conversation or communicate with someone that's hurt you from like a really wise and elevated perspective here. Let's keep going. So we have the hawk spirit. Let spirit be your guide. I love this energy for you. So when I think of like the hawk spirit, I think of looking at a situation from a higher perspective, right? Looking at it from more of like, what's the spiritual lesson here? It's also, I think about trusting in spirit, trusting in the universe that they're helping you and guiding you through the energy you guys are moving through this month. Maybe listening to your intuition will be really important for some of you this month, like allowing your intuition to guide you as you make choices and decisions here. And then for self-care, we have take a walk. Yes. So getting out into nature, I think, will be really important for you. And that makes sense with the base chakra too, because sometimes when our base chakra is out of alignment, when we're not feeling safe, we're not feeling grounded, we're not feeling secure, we don't feel at home, whatever it is, going outside and actually standing with bare feet in nature can be very grounding. It can be very soothing, or even just being out in nature, period. Even if maybe it's too cold, you can't be barefoot, whatever it is. But I feel like Spirit is saying find ways to get out in nature and just take a walk. This will be very soothing for you guys as you move through your energy this month. Okay, so let's take these little tea leaf oracles, and I'm just going to shuffle them around, and we're going to grab 2 to see like what is the energy of significance. What category of your life is the most significant with this energy for group number 2? So we have marriage. Yeah, I was definitely feeling like marriage, family, like relationships was coming in for many of you guys. Okay, let's get one more. We're going to go with this one here. We have success. Okay. So there's definitely some sort of area where you're feeling successful this month, or where you want to be successful, or where you may want to shine, because with all these sparkles here, I'm thinking of your shine. So however you all define success is what that success card is talking about, okay? I hope this was able to help you out, group 2. Drop me a comment down below and let me know how it resonated. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in a new reading very soon. Bye. Hey there, group 3. If you all selected this Pray Night Tower, this is going to be your February reading. So let's go ahead and get started here with the overall energy for your month. So we have the sacral chakra coming in, so the second chakra, overall energy. So this has to do with your creative expression, emotional expression. This has to do with your sexuality. It has to do with creativity. It has to do with flowing, going with the flow. There's a lot of things here. So starting off here, we have your blessings or opportunities being presented this month with the World. Beautiful. Any challenges or obstacles presented here by the 3 of Pentacles. And advice, we have the Queen of Wands. Ooh, that's awesome, you guys. Let's go in. I want to pull some of these Lenormands for clarifiers. Already, like, lots of this orange energy here. So sacral definitely coming in. There's something around like your confidence, your vitality, your creative expression, things like that. So I want to first, let's clarify the blessing of the world here for pile 3, excuse me. So what is this world energy? Okay, we have a tornado kind of coming out in reverse though. So I kind of feel like I want to take that. All right, let's go ahead and clarify the 3 of Boons as the obstacle. What is this talking about? The sun. That came up in group 1 also as the obstacle, which is interesting. And then Weaver of Spells, the Queen of Wands as the advice, please. The Cross. Ooh, okay. Interesting. I love this. Okay. So starting off here with your blessing or opportunity. So we have the tornado reverse with the whole wide world, which is the World card. So I feel that this month there is something like a major chapter in your life that's coming to an end. There's an ending here so that there can be a new beginning. This is beautiful energy. You guys have closed out a major cycle. You're learning like a major lesson. And with the tornado being here in reverse, it's almost like this energy of having averted some sort of disaster. Because the tornado kind of talks about like disaster. It talks about really kind of like harsh energies or energies of like destruction coming in that kind of force us to reset or review something in our lives because it just destroys something. But it's reversed. So it's like you guys have averted some sort of, universal catastrophe or universal intervention, if that makes sense, because it's like you're learning a lesson. And it's beautiful because you can see that as we come out of this forest here, there's a whole new wide world of opportunity being presented to you for a new beginning somewhere. This could have to do with like relationships for some of you. This could have to do with your confidence. It could have to do with work, creativity. There's so many things that fall under that sacral chakra. What I'm seeing here with the challenge is the Three of Boons with the Sun. So like the challenge here, I think, is about like saying yes to new opportunity or saying yes to a new beginning or fully acknowledging maybe that there is a new beginning. And the Three of Boons is more of like a practical energy. It's kind of like this energy of teamwork or working together with another person or people, or could have to do with just like your work in general, practical things in your life. And with the sacral coming in, it's like your focus this month feels a lot more creative and emotional versus like this practical work sort of energy. But it's like, I'm looking at this little bowl here and I'm seeing that as she's mixing it up, it looks really magical, like she's mixing up a potion. So it's almost like I feel that there's some sort of more tangible solution that you guys may have to a problem this month with regard to like practical work or practical teamwork or putting in effort to find a more creative solution here. So that's the challenge. It's like saying yes to something new with regard to like other people or working together on something or work, the practical effort you're putting in just in general here. So then your advice is being represented by the Queen of Wands. And then we also have the cross coming in here. So it's like, when I think of the cross, I think of like, this talks about like burdens. It talks about rules. It talks about principles, right? The Queen of Wands is like a very confident energy. So it's like, whatever this is about that you guys are moving through, I feel like Spirit is saying like, be confident, be in your power, know your worth, know your value, know your magic that you bring to the table. This energy is magnetic. So it's like, I feel that you guys will have a lot of eyes on you, a lot of people on you. I think that you're really standing out this month with regard to something that you're doing creatively here. And with the cross here, there's a couple messages. I think some of this is about releasing burdens or shame around whatever this creative expression is for you. For others of you, though, I see this as sort of like identifying your principles. So like, for example, let's say that this for you guys is about like relationships or love or romance. I would say be confident, be magnetic, be charming, be all the things you know you are, but also have boundaries and principles that you're sticking to maybe as you're navigating a relationship or dating and things like that. And then for others of you, maybe there's some sort of shame that you may experience around your creative expression, your sexual expression, something like that. And I think that there's a need here to kind of explore where that shame comes from on a deeper level, because it could be blocking your blessings, okay? Let's continue, pile 3. So from the goddess cards, we have Aphrodite, passion. You guys are getting a lot of these passionate cards coming in. This could be something to do with your love life. We also have Artemis, independence. Wow, this is beautiful energy. So of course, Aphrodite, the goddess of love. So this could have to do with self-love this month. It could have to do with just relationships, dating, like I was saying. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. Let's look in the book. This is a new deck that I just got, so I don't have it like totally memorized yet, but let's just see what other messages they have from Aphrodite. So goddess of love teaches us to own our sexuality and be in touch with the material pleasures of the world. Think about what you've been passionate about and let that be a clue to reveal the answers you're looking for. Yeah, so it's kind of like following your passions this month is really important. And maybe that's why the challenge here is this practical energy, because it's like, ugh, I don't want to have to work. I just want to flow. You know what I mean? I just want to do what I love. I want to do what feels exciting to me. Let's look at Artemis. So she talks about independence. It says, now is the time to go it alone or declare your independence. You're getting protection and guidance from Artemis, goddess of the wilderness. Explore nature or commune with the moon to find more answers. Interesting. So it's like this month, maybe you guys are learning to kind of do things alone. And maybe, again, with that challenge of the Three of Pentacles, that does talk about teamwork. So maybe you guys are used to having support or used to having help to get you out of situations or help navigate you through situations. And this month, it's all about being by yourself as you do it, which is exciting. All right, so from the animal spirit oracle, we have the turtle spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. So this is just about feeling like you don't need to rush. And sometimes with this more like passionate energy here, sometimes with like the more passionate energy, we may want to like zoom in and like really go after it really passionately. We may like rush things a little bit. But what Spirit is saying is that it's important to kind of temper it and take things slow. I also think when I think of like the sea turtle, I think of just kind of like going with the flow a little bit. Like I think of that movie. What was the movie? Was it Finding Nemo, where the turtles were just like flowing in that little current? So yeah, I just kind of think that like, I think it's just about like going with the flow, taking things slow as you start to explore your confidence, your sexuality, your emotional expression, creative expression, going after your passions, etc. Whatever it means for you, this energy. So then from your self-care oracle, we have sex. Interesting. You guys have a lot of very sexual cards coming in. So this could be literally saying like, have sex. I don't know, like do you. Do what feels right to you guys. Let's look in the guidebook at this one too, just to see if there's any like alternative meaning. I'm also kind of feeling like there's a need to like release something maybe. Or just like, I think this is also just talking about enjoying more pleasure in your life just in general in the month of February. Like finding more ways to have fun, finding more things you're passionate about. I mean, it could literally be talking about this for some, but it could be more of like that, what's the word I'm looking for? There's like another spiritual meaning to sex besides just like the literal act of having sex. So let's take a look here. So there's a deep well of joy, bliss, and healing available to us through sex when it's treated as a sacred experience of divine union. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is literally talking about like the literal act of it. So that could be something of significance for some of you this month. You'll know your situation better than me. But it's interesting because this also talks about like limiting beliefs, blocks, or trauma that you need to work through around the sex. But again, like going back to the cross here, this could also be talking about those limiting beliefs around your creative expression or creative ideas that you guys have or the way that you want to go about doing things too. This is really cool. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and we're going to close this out with the tea leaf oracle. So I'm going to just kind of mix these up and then we're going to pull two of these out. This is going to tell us like the two areas of significance that this energy is referring to for your life. So let's go ahead and see. I'm going to pull this one. So we have marriage. So this is definitely something I think around like commitment. Maybe you guys are married or in a relationship, a committed relationship right now. Maybe that's why we have these like intimacy messages coming up. Maybe there's something about intimacy or emotional expression, sexual expression with your partner. And let's grab this one. We have love. Yes, definitely. So this makes sense. A lot of this is having to do with your love life, your romantic life. All right, pile 3. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to close it out here, but definitely comment below. Let me know how these messages resonate with you. If you did enjoy the video, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in a new reading very soon. Bye.